All right. Hey, everyone. My name is Stephanie Young, and I'm one of the co-founders and the CEO of Riva. So we are here to advocate for your career success. So think back to the first time you got your first job out of college. Think back to your first performance review, your first raise, the first time you had to do something technical for your job. If you were like me, the way you were feeling was you're completely on your own. So you're thrown into this whole world where you need to manage these things by yourself. At the same time, the companies are investing more and more in their HR departments, becoming better at what they do. And the status quo for the employees has been the same for the last how many years? You're on your own. So every year, there's 12 million young professionals changing jobs. And broadly in the workforce, there's 41 million people changing jobs every year. 2/3 of these people will not negotiate their job offers. 1/4 will not ask for a raise. And this means every year in the US, employees are losing out on $245 billion in compensation every single year. And our careers are getting more complicated. So our millennial generation, we switch jobs 2x more often than the generation before. And what this means is that the way we manage our careers is as important, if not more important, than the way we actually do our jobs. And these problems are all exacerbated for women. So in a seminal Carnegie Mellon study done at the business school, they found that a nearly 8% gender pay gap for their MBA students could be partially explained by 57% of men who chose to negotiate their initial job offers, in contrast with only 7% of women who actually chose to negotiate their initial job offers. So what we do is we are a machine learning powered software that helps people get paid fairly. If anyone wants to learn more about how it actually works, I'd be happy to talk about it after. So we help individuals, employees, advocate for themselves and feel empowered to go ask for what's fair. So Dennis here was currently a software engineer at Google. He got an offer, had no idea what to do, so he came to us for help. And now Dennis gets paid 30% more every single year. Allie came from a coding boot camp, non-traditional background, had no idea how to value her skills from before the boot camp. She got an offer, her first offer, and was making $16 an hour. Then for her next offer came to us, and now she gets paid over $10,000 more every single year. So we function very much like a coding boot camp, like an ISA model. So we say one of the reasons why our customers love us is because we don't actually charge anything until we actually help them do better. So upon any increase, we take 15% of the increase only in the first year, and if not, there's no downside for them. And our average increase we've helped get for customers is $20,000 of increase in a single year. So in addition to what I've talked about, the negotiations, we also build a full data profile on each customer. And what this includes, work history, past compensation, skills they've built up, major and minor, start date, location preferences, comp preferences, their careers likes and dislikes, among other things. And we also infer out from the data salary bands, hiring trends, what their market worth really is. And we do this because we want to help people over the course of their career, help them manage their careers from the first day they're hired to the day they retire. So from that first job to the next performance review, to the next job, to your next raise and promo, we'd like to be that layer on top of your entire career that helps you, helps be your advocate over the course of your individual career. And this is what our customers have had to say. They'd be willing to pay more than 15%. And I think more importantly, that it's been an enormously valuable experience and that they have other career questions that they need help with. And it's an ongoing cycle of learning how to manage their careers. And every year in the job changer market alone, 41 million people changing jobs. Those folks, there's $2.3 trillion of salaries being paid to these folks. And so each individual misstep is very costly. So this is me. So this is my own story. When I got my first job out of college, I didn't successfully negotiate myself, got there and found out some of my peers were making way more than I, and I actually had more education, like more credentialing than they did. And we have a fantastic team that's working with us to build out this solution, including an amazing team of interns from Stanford and UCLA. And most importantly, negotiations is an extremely high trust endeavor. So if you think back to your first job out of college and think about how gut-wrenching, anxiety-inducing that was, you don't just turn over your job to anyone to do anything, including negotiate. So we've partnered with the world's experts at negotiations to help. So this is David, my co-founder. He used to teach negotiations at Harvard Business School. He's written a number of books on negotiations, and he now advises the likes of Shell and Novartis and these big corporate companies on their negotiations. And Hannah Bowles, who is also at Harvard, and she's an expert in women's negotiations. So the research shows that when women negotiate using traditional tactics that we teach the men, it can backfire on them, leading to this cycle of anxiety and depression, anxiety around the process. We also have an advisor who is the co-author of Getting to Yes. So we'd like to help you make the most of your career from your very first job to your last. Thank you very much.